Supreme Court is passing an order. Supreme Court is passing an order as we speak. I'm just, standing by as our correspondent types from inside the court. Suesha, Supreme Court is passing an order as we speak. So this is the breaking news update. Supreme Court has decided to pass an order on this issue. Supreme Court has told railways that some methodology must be applied, and as we speak, the order is being dictated. I'm going to read out what a correspondent from the Republic Bharat team inside the Supreme Court has said. Says Supreme Court has said, कहा है कि वकील ने कहा है इस मामले में कुछ लोगों ने नीलामी में ज़मीन को खरीदा है, which means some people have also purchased this lands. Supreme Court said that the lawyer has said that in this case some people have bought the land in the auction. Not sure of the outcomes because of this, but just waiting for the order to be passed. Just standing by as we wait for our correspondents to type that order. Supreme Court ने कहा कि 7 दिनों में लैंड को खाली कराने का फैसला सही नहीं है. Supreme Court ने नोटिस जारी किया है. Supreme Court has issued a notice. So that's the breaking news update. Supreme Court has issued a notice. Supreme Court has issued a notice. Supreme Court says that the 7-day notice is not enough. 7-day notice is not right. If I can get your view on that. Supreme Court says that the decision to vacate the land in 7 days is not right. I think there is some action there where Madhurima is. Madhurima, what's going on there?
Well, people are cheering, snow clearing. Niranjan, they are raising slogans of Hindustan Zindabad, and they are very happy and elated with the Supreme Court order. The issued eviction notice, as we are getting the update, the court has said that the decision to vacate the land in 7 days is not correct. Supreme Court has issued this notice, and the way the Supreme Court has sympathized with the human angle of the people living over here, you can see that there is cheer in the crowd. There is massive cheer.
Breaking news update. Breaking news update. Supreme Court has stayed the order. Supreme Court has stayed the High Court order and has issued a notice. Supreme Court has stayed the High Court order and has issued a notice. Exactly what we broke a few minutes back, that the High Court order has been stayed, a notice has been issued, which means they will continue, they will get some time. What happens next, Swapnil? Supreme Court has stayed the High Court order and has issued a notice.
If you know the operative part of the High Court order, it said that the demolition should continue notwithstanding anything. So logically, if I have to give time to the government to say to come out with a rehabilitation plan, I have to stay the High Court order. Otherwise, the authorities will go ahead and start demolishing. So the Supreme Court is logically going by saying that yes, the order is right fundamentally, but I have to stay this because we need to know whether there is a rehabilitation scheme in place. And until then, these people will go on with their lives as planned or as they've been living, because it's a right to life under Article 21 of the Constitution, which supersedes every other aspect, whether of encroachment or rehabilitation or, of development. So fundamentally, the High Court order is right. If it's found that there was a High Court order was erroneous, it would have overturned it, it would have, quashed the order, which it did not. So it only stayed the order to the extent that it sends notice to the government to come out with a rehabilitation scheme and plan. So what next? The railway authorities have to come out with a rehabilitation plan. Alternatively, in consonance or in consultation with the state government, which also will have to come and join hands if it's already not a party to this. And then the Supreme Court will take a call as to what to do and how much time to give more if there is a proper rehabilitation plan in accordance with all the things that they've been enjoying thus far. Because 50 years is a tad too long.
Suesha has the full order. Suesha has the full order. Suesha, can you take us through the order, please? The full order.
Yes. Just reading out from it. Yes, just reading out from it, the order states that a workable arrangement is necessary to segregate people who may have rights versus no rights, coupled with schemes of rehabilitation which already exist, while recognizing the need of the railways. The order also states that we've put to the ASG that full rehabilitation of the persons in the area is needed, issuing a notice. In the meantime, there shall be a stay of the directions passed in the impugned order. There should also be a restraint anymore on construction or development of the land. That means it is a stay on the order, Swapnil. Detail for us, because we are also getting details, I beg your pardon, that the interim stay on both sides will continue, and the next hearing is on the 7th of February.
It's an interim
7th of
stay.
February
Basically, it's an
is
interim stay.
the next hearing.
They get time till 7th of February. It's an interim stay till the 7th of
Yes.
7th of February.
Right.
So basically, the issue will be heard, right? The issue will be
Yes,
heard
yes, of
next
course.
on the 7th of February. Things haven't changed. They haven't stayed the entire order of eviction. They have stayed
won't.
the order of evicting in 7 days. So that's the only stay that they have. It's a temporary reprieve. It's an interim stay. Swapnil.
Right. Yeah, Niranjan, what happens here is that, see, you cannot stay the entire order in the sense that you cannot quash the order. Because otherwise it's amounting to saying that, yes, since you've been encroaching on this land since several years now, so it's okay, it's legitimized. It doesn't work like that. The Supreme Court will not sanction an illegality. So what the Supreme Court is doing here is that the Supreme Court is saying that let us stay this order on both sides, no development, no encroachment, nothing for that. I mean, no demolition, etc., nothing of that sort. Until then, stay till 7th of February. 7th of February, you guys come back again to us, show us that there is a rehabilitation plan. If the rehabilitation according to us is satisfactory, then you can go ahead with the demolition. And then also, I think the Supreme Court will give them still 3 weeks more time. I don't think they're just going to say that, okay, 7th of February, everything is all right, so let's start demolishing from 8th of February. It doesn't work like that. So it's obviously going to be at least quite some time before the actual demolition starts taking place. But this is a proper order. As I was telling you, that the balance of convenience lies in favor of the petitioners because they are going to face more inconvenience. So the court at an interim stage employs the doctrine of balance of inconvenience. Who is going to have more inconvenience? Obviously the petitioners here, because they've been living here since 50 years like this. So that is how the Supreme Court operates, and the Supreme Court has in its wisdom said that 7 days is a tad too less, which I knew it would, and that's the reason, it's going to go ahead and say that come out with a rehabilitation scheme. Now to say that under RTI all of this was in place and all those things are basically hollow arguments given by those of the railway authorities, which no court is going to buy, even if they are true. So the court is going to say, look, it amounts to a disbandment of an entire township, basically as such. So we are not going to buy this. We are going to give it time. Heavens are not going to fall if the development starts after 3 months. When it's not taking place for 40 years or 50 years, it's not going to matter if there are 3 months more or 4 months more.